Hi everyone, thank you for joining us. We have a lot of information to cover in this session as SOLIDWORKS has so many tools to help you and your team be more productive. We will start by looking at how SOLIDWORKS can help you manipulate and visualize your designs. Then we will take a look at some design tools in SOLIDWORKS that you may not even be aware of and are very helpful for any structural members you may be designing. Then we'll be discussing SOLIDWORKS Inspection and CAM, and finally ways you can communicate internally or to your customers. So lots to show you, and let's get us started. I'll pass it on to Vicky.
Typical 2D workcell layouts doesn't really allow for a true vision of the work area. Whether it is manned or automated, it is critical to understand the components that are within range of motion and the obstacles that may be in your path. This is useful for both communications and interrogations of your layouts. Our tools let you dive right into your designs. For example, the mate controller is an easy way to manipulate specific mates that control degrees for design. You can save each mate controller position as its own configuration. You just edit the mate controller feature and choose the positions for which you would like to create configurations for. These new configurations are especially beneficial when you want to have your designs in different positions, in either an upper level assembly, or maybe to display your design on a drawing in different positions to illustrate range of motion. Working with large assemblies can often be challenging due to the large number of models that get loaded and the mates needed to represent interactions that need to be solved. This can get pretty difficult when you're working with layouts, maybe to optimize space and organize equipment. I'd like to present an enhanced workflow that directly addresses many of these challenges. Parts and assemblies can be published as assets with appropriate connection points that allows for easy drag and drop mating. Upon insertion, components are immediately snapped onto a ground plane, and with a simple tab key, the part can be rotated for approximate positioning. As an asset approaches another, snap lines appear indicating that a magnetic mate will be applied between the connection points of the two models. When the component is dropped, the magnetic mate is applied automatically. Magnetic mates can be easily be broken by dragging to unsnap and then resnapping the model to a new location. Assets such as this pick-and-place robot can easily be copied by holding down the control key and then snapped to a new position in your layout. Using these simple drag-and-drop techniques, the magnetic mates make it easy to rapidly assemble equipment and organize your layouts to maximize space utilization. If you notice the icons in the feature manager, all of these models are speed packs or super lightweight configurations. And when the speed pack graphics circle is displayed, you can clearly see that we are working with just a subset of our models, which can greatly improve performance in larger assemblies. Publishing assets for use with magnetic mates is easy and straightforward. Just select a ground plane, enter an offset dimension if required, and then define a connection point and a direction to define the mate. You also have the option to automatically create the speed pack configurations on the fly. And that's it. Your model is now ready to be snapped together with other assets in your layouts. Speed packs are a fantastic way to reduce the weight of your assemblies. References, geometry, sketches, and curves can also be included as well as the published references to greatly enhance their use in large assemblies. With magnetic mates, it is easier than ever to organize your equipment in an efficient manner to provide a smooth process flow and utilize space efficiently. Bringing this a step further, the walkthrough function lets you explore the 3D geometry of machines, plants, equipment, or other systems. You can record a walkthrough and play them back inside of SOLIDWORKS, and you can create video files for recorded walkthroughs for viewing outside of the SOLIDWORKS environment. These are just some of the great tools for showing the exterior of our designs and giving you a more realistic feel to your assemblies.
When it comes to design, SOLIDWORKS has over 20 years of customer-driven functions to get the results you need effectively. Having the flexibility to organize, change, and update your designs along with their respective drawings is key to your organization's success. We've been able to make our assemblies flexible to communicate the function of our designs, but sometimes we wish our components can be flexible too. I have springs that dampen the movement of the pick-and-place arm in my work cell, but when I move the assembly to demonstrate the motion, the result is unrealistic. Well, since 2020, we can use the Make Part Flexible tool to remap the external references of the part with ease. In this case, the top plane of the spring will reference the bottom face of the joint. So the geometry updates and continues to automatically update after every assembly movement. This process can be repeated for other instances of the spring without creating unique configurations or separate part files. This allows us to bring springs, hinges, bellows, cables, and more to life to improve the visualization and validation of our assemblies. Taking a look at the outside of my work cell, there are many ways to create their frames and other supporting structures. SOLIDWORKS has developed many tools to provide flexibility with your designs, and they are always building more to meet customers' needs. The Structure System tool eliminates the need for complex 3D sketches. In one single feature, I can add different members and various profiles by selecting a combination of sketch lines, points, and planes as my locating references. When you are finished defining the structure system, the corner management tool automatically kicks in and allows you to define the corner trims. SOLIDWORKS does a fantastic job of determining the trim tool as well as the trim order for the intersecting members. We can complete our design by patterning the feature. By patterning the structure system itself, we are maintaining the intelligence of each of the members, and additional structure systems can be added referencing the patterned members. In this example, we will add a new structure system to define the perimeter members. These are added using the support plane method between the original structure system and the patterned members. The pierce point will be defined to align to the planes. The structure system feature provides an advanced weldment environment that lets you create and modify structural members of different profiles in a single feature with flexible corner management and trimming. A costly part of the manufacturing process is creating fixtures. So many designers are now turning to self-fixturing, design techniques to reduce assembly and setup costs in the manufacturing process. The tab and slot tool can automate this design step. Tabs and slots can be created on parts in an assembly, a single part, or a multi-body part. You start by choosing an edge to define the tab and a face to define where the slot will terminate. Offsets can be applied to control the tab distance from the ends. Spacing can be defined equally among a given number of instances or by a defined length. The length of each tab can easily be specified, and the height can be a blind value up to or offsetted from a selected surface. Corner treatments such as fillets and chamfers can be applied to the tabs, and their size can be specified. The clearance between the slot and tab can be defined as well, and SOLIDWORKS creates features in both components to meet these specifications. These tab and slot features are fully editable too. For instance, an additional tab and slot can be added to the side by adding a new group to the definition. When the feature is edited, all of the corresponding groups automatically update. This amazing tool not only reduces design time by automating the creation of these features, but reduces manufacturing costs by minimizing the need to build expensive fixtures that can delay manufacturing. Great, so we have our work cell designed, but now I need to make sure manufacturing is building them up to spec. How can a CAD tool help with inspection? SOLIDWORKS Inspection speeds up the creation of first article inspection reports. It can read your CMM measurement data for automated input of values and show clear go-no-go visuals in the report and drawing. Let's see this in action. Right from the SOLIDWORKS interface, we can leverage all of our existing drawing and part metadata to reduce manual input. We can convert all of our dimensions into characteristics or just the ones we've marked for inspection. Very quickly, we have all of our characteristics and can obtain our first article inspection report. You won't miss manually inputting characteristics into Excel. Industry, however, is moving more to 3D and doing away with 2D drawings. SOLIDWORKS Inspection Professional accepts various 3D formats. The model is brought in, and I can read selected dimensions and their tolerances with a click of a button. For those that are still getting PDF drawings, you can easily grab dimensions and bills of materials too. SOLIDWORKS Inspection also handles design changes effectively. We can compare the old and new models, retain the work we have already done, and add any new changes. It's that easy. Bringing in CMM data into SOLIDWORKS Inspection Professional is a breeze. Measurements can be auto-assigned to characteristics, minimizing your manual input, and instantly you get visual go-no-go feedback. Of course, all of this can be exported into a report that can be customized to whatever you or your customers require. SOLIDWORKS Inspection greatly reduces the time needed to prepare inspection reports and drawings, and it accommodates many different workflows to meet your needs.
Many of our customers are doing both design and manufacturing in-house. And although we have SOLIDWORKS to tackle our design portion, you may not know this, but you already have a CAM solution that is fully integrated within your software. As you may or may not know, SOLIDWORKS CAM standard has been included with your SOLIDWORKS licenses since 2017. SOLIDWORKS CAM is powered by CAMWorks, which uses rules-based technology that enables you to integrate design and manufacturing in one single application, connecting design and manufacturing teams through a common software tool and a 3D model. The included version lets you quickly program individual milled parts and configurations without ever leaving your SOLIDWORKS environment. If you require both milling and turning capabilities, We also have upgraded versions of this, which unlock added functionalities for 5-axis machining. Let's take a look at a recent redesign of this sensor mounting bracket. This is a perfect opportunity to put SOLIDWORKS CAM to work. A default stock bounding box fits perfectly to the finished part. With SOLIDWORKS CAM, predefined bounding boxes gives you ability to represent standard rectangular stock that you may have on the shop floor. For example, a 6 by 6 inch piece of 3/8 aluminum bar. We save, update, and then share our go-to sizes through the technology database. With the automatic feature recognition, we can generate an initial strategy in under a minute. This is looking great, so let's take a look inside of this drill operation. Here, you can define tech parameters with respect to your tool diameter or the flute length. More control of point-to-point operations like drilling lets me capture best practices efficiently. And of course, the technology database stores how you want to do it in the shop. And what that means is that your preferences become the next defaults. Here, for example, it turns out that there's a supply on hand of 8-inch white bar. I will make the changes and save that predefined stock to my technology database. Here, a convenient prompt for rebuild is presented when stock is modified. Everything from my coordinate system feature to the thread operation needed to rebuild are shown. And with this, you're more aware of exactly what's updating in your program. Speaking of updates, how about swapping in a round material instead? If round stock is more logical, cylindrical stock is generated automatically. CAM will fit a minimum diameter and a thickness around your part, and with a few changes, I can see what this program will look like with an 8-inch piece of aluminum. If you share your posts between programmers, no one should ever be wasting their time hunting around their local drives. We have a setting in the technology database that provides the option to specify a default post folder, which comes in pretty handy to keep you updated when folder locations change. SOLIDWORKS CAM gives your manufacturing floor more automation with expanded stock options, enhanced drill operations, and more control over where you're managing your post. So be sure to explore how SOLIDWORKS CAM can power your everyday milling and turning. If you would like to know which CAM version is best suited for your company, let us know and we will be happy to have these conversations with you. Very often, technical documentation is the last requirement before receiving payment from your clients. What if documentation could be created early in the process and updates to the design automatically transfer to the assembly and your spare parts manuals? With Composer, we can work with SOLIDWORKS or other file formats in a standalone environment, giving you complete freedom on how to manipulate the geometry to get just the view you want. We start by inserting our CAD files. Then we simply push and pull the geometry where we want it. We can add arrows, text, or labels referencing existing parts metadata. Once we're happy with our view, we can save it to a variety of file formats. After several views are made, we can reuse them to quickly create an animation. We simply drag and drop them and already have a nice video that can be saved as an MP4 file. When design changes occur, a simple click on the Update command regenerates our content effortlessly. All the views in my animation show the new design. This is how SOLIDWORKS Composer is saving time and helping clients get paid earlier. It can be used without any CAD experience, so designers can spend their time designing and technical documentation teams working independently without getting views from the designers.
Finally, for added realism, we can leverage SOLIDWORKS Visualize to generate photorealistic images and videos for either marketing collateral or to conduct compelling presentations internally or to your clients. We have a long list of courses available from the comfort of your home or office. But lately, companies are often looking for shorter coaching sessions related to a specific challenge. Let us know what works best for you, and we will be available to help. We've talked about a long list of solutions here today, and our team is happy to help you investigate any of them to determine how effective they may be for your company and your design process. Thanks for your time, and we look forward to getting together with you again soon.